Okay, so an influx of videos when it comes to the 100 Season 7. I know this is not the usual. It's usually 1 to 2 videos a week, but we're getting closer to the finale of the season and the series, and there's a lot to talk about. It's like Doctor Strange said on Avengers Infinity War, we're in the endgame now, and with the endgame there's a lot to discuss, including the promotional photos of the 14th episode of the season, that little bit of a sneak peek, the inside video that gets posted every week on the CW YouTube channel. And finally, there's a little bit of a Reddit theory over here. I'd actually call it more of a possible explainer to how time passes on Earth. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. It's a very plausible one, a very strong one, and a very good one at that. So yeah, I decided I got to talk about it on this video. But before we go into details though, welcome back guys to another one of my The 100 videos and my discussion of the promo photos and that inside clip that releases weekly for episode 14 of the 7th and final season. 2 episodes to go after episode 14, so we're very close to the end. Okay, so to get that Reddit theory out of the way, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm actually going to post a link in the pinned comment down below. If I do forget, please do remind me. But it is as simple as this. The closer you are to a black hole, the slower time passes. That's why Sanctum, out of all these planets and moons that we've visited, has the slowest time passing. It is the closest planet to a black hole. However, though, there is a little bit of a problem here because on Season 6 it was indicated that the time that elapsed on Sanctum in terms of number of years since these people landed is the total number of years, in Earth years of course, since they left Earth. But let us though be completely honest. I know a lot of people are fans of JR, a lot of people are fans of the series, and a lot of people always think that they had it all planned since the very start, but the truth is, they never really have it all planned since the very start. Actually, in so many cases, they do have a broad idea, but nothing about the details, and these details kind of get developed as they go. You could tell that from the inside clip that was shared this week, because on that clip they talk about a completely different script for the episode. Excitement about being back to Earth, but then there was the new Bellamy story that's gonna change all of that, that wrote a completely different script. But that brings us to the point where it doesn't make any sense, with Earth being way further away from that black hole and not close to any black hole in the same proximity that Sanctum is. The time that's lapsed on Earth since the specific Eligius mission arrived at Sanctum, or even since they left, should have been a lot more. This theory makes a lot of sense, and it's pretty clever if you ask me, because the moment that the 100 left Earth, as of the end of Season 5, the people on Sanctum, the original Russel and whatnot, they've just arrived in Sanctum, like they've been there for only maybe a few days or a few hours. But then the ship that we know, the one that brought the 100 and the grounders to Sanctum, it didn't go to Sanctum straight away, because you can tell they were in search for some habitable place, somewhere where they could actually survive, that they probably ended up going around a little bit, and there's the possibility, a great possibility actually in this case, that they ended up being closer to the black hole than Sanctum is. So while they think they were in cryosleep for a little bit over 100 years in order to arrive at Sanctum, they've actually been asleep for more, a little bit over a couple of 100 years of Sanctum time and a couple or more millennia of Earth time. Once again, that's the theory in a nutshell. If you want to check the entire thing, the link is going to be in the pinned comment down below. Thanks to the guy who wrote this theory. I don't want to take credit for it because a lot of thought apparently has been put into it. But that though brings us to that inside clip and everything that's indicated on that inside clip, including number 1, everyone is going to know that Bellamy has died. Everyone's going to ask about Bellamy actually, and Clarke is going to inform them that Bellamy is far gone. And whether or not she tells them that she's the one who killed him, that's a different story. I think she will. A lot of people are waiting for Octavia to rage, thinking she's gonna go all ballistic on Clarke when she finds out that she killed her brother. But there is a little bit of an indication a couple of episodes ago that does tell us that this is in no way going to be the reaction of Octavia. Think about it this way, Octavia went out of her way on Bardo to have this discussion with Clarke, about both of them being so similar, having daughters, how she is a mother to Hope, would do anything to protect her. Most of it is implied, but it is pretty clear the thought process over here. I think that was built up towards the unexpected reaction from Octavia once she knows that Clarke killed her brother. Echo's perspective, on the other hand, might be a little bit different. Not saying that she's gonna rage, not saying that she's gonna go all ballistic, even though that's a possibility, but I think with Echo, she's gonna blame Bardot for it. You know, the shepherd and whatnot, like they're the ones who fake killed him the first time, they're the ones who sent him to that place, wherever it is, where he actually got brainwashed, and they're the ones to blame for every subsequent event. Now, for the simple reason that we've got no time on our hands, that the time is pretty limited, we're only 3 episodes away from the end of the series, not the final episode like the end scene of the series. We don't have the time to have internal struggles like Echo versus Clarke, unless in the end, when all is said and done, Echo does seek vengeance upon Clarke. That's a possibility as well, but nonetheless, I think that Echo's main beef is gonna be with the shepherd, with Bill Cadigan. But there are 3 more pieces out of this inside clip. Number 1, this clip is gonna be directed by the very same actress who plays Nyla, so she's pretty much gonna have a lot more say on this episode than she's ever had on an episode before, because as you know, the running joke, Nyla doesn't have so many lines. Like, people almost forget she exists. Like, when I'm thinking who's lost, who was sent by the shepherd to wherever he sent them, I'm not thinking Nyla. I'm thinking everyone else, Jordan included, but Nyla. But yeah, she's gonna have a lot more say. Hopefully this episode is gonna be great from a directorial perspective. Now that brings us to number 2 and number 3, because both of them are about Sheidheda. The first part is, as expected, Sheidheda is gonna go to Bardot. He's gonna make a deal with Bill Cadigan because he needs the treatment, he needs the help to survive. And the part that represents number 3 is the part where he talks about not wanting to transcend. He doesn't want all of that. I mean, yes, he's gonna make a deal with Bill Cadigan, but he doesn't really care. What he wants is to rule. That's Sheidheda for you. That's what he always wanted. That is as well what Bill Cadigan wants, only he wants it in a different way, shape, and form. Now, the thing about this piece of information is it does indicate the possibility of 1 out of 2 outcomes. The first of these 2 outcomes is about the death of Sheidheda on next week's episode. I mean, he's gonna be no use to the series, to what comes next. And the second one is he might end up being part of the relatively good side, so he might team up with Clarke and co. in order to stop Bill Cadigan. But all in all, though, I don't think the series is gonna make a hero out of Sheidheda. I think he is pretty much a goner sometime pretty soon, and he's not gonna be one to be trusted by any other members of Team 100 and the Grounders. But alright though, that's the inside piece. Now the promotional photos piece. Now the promotional photos are a little bit of an enigma. There's not much to tell out of them except a confirmation that Hope and Jordan are extremely cozy with one another. They've probably been there on Earth for possibly a few months since they left Bardot because, you know, the time dilation, the time difference. That would explain why they're cozy. That would explain as well why a relationship developed off-screen like so fast. It's not really so fast. It's developed over time. Just time on Earth passes faster than it does on Sanctum. Looking at this other photo, you can tell that she's pretty excited about what's going on with her life. You know, Jordan and whatnot. She's finally found something to hang on to. You could also tell from that other photo where she's dancing with him, and another one as well that complements it with Gabriel playing the piano as they dance, that they're all into this, that love is in the air. You've got Echo and Octavia promotional photos, and you can tell from those that they've found out about Bellamy. We know that neither of them is going to take the news so well, but you could tell that it's hitting Echo even harder. It's not just the sadness. She's drinking to deal with the pain of the death of Bellamy. With Octavia though, and on the other hand, we cannot tell more about her reaction, but having a shocked face and a little bit of sadness there. We've got 2 promotional photos of Nyla. One is a single shot of just Nyla, and that's pretty much all about Nyla. You know, she's important on this episode. She's the director of the episode as well. But there is that other photo. In that other photo, she's holding the very same bottle that Echo was drinking from on another promotional photo, and that makes us wonder, is she the one who brings the bottle to Echo, or is that an empty bottle? Meaning, they might have gone looking for Echo, but they never actually found her, and hence the empty bottle. Now, a lot of these photos are actually set in the mechanic shop of the bunker. In one of them, actually more than one, we do see one of those Bardot helmets, but the more important thing is we do see it being repaired by Raven in one of them. And the thing is, I think they're trying to figure out their way out of Earth, their way back to Sanctum, or possibly to Bardot, in order to stop Bill Cadigan. But finally though, the shot with Sheidheda is the final shot worth mentioning over here, because that's pretty interesting. I mean, the man looks pretty badass in that uniform he's sporting over there. We know that's something he's gonna get from Bardot. We don't know exactly where he is in this scene, but he does seem to be still on Bardot, possibly in the bunker, but most probably still in Bardot. But that said though, this video is going to be shorter than the usual. There's not really a lot to discuss, so let me know in the comments down below what you thought of these promotional photos, what you thought of that inside look on the upcoming episode. Let me know as well if you did like this video by dropping it one of those much appreciated likes, subscribing to this channel, and make sure while you're at it to enable notifications in order to get updates whenever I upload a new video, publish a new community post, or start a new live stream. But until the next time that you tune in for another one of my videos, the 100 or otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in to this one. Stay safe and have a great day.